What's up, guys? It's your boy, Aiden, here with, as always, the good old-fashioned Kevin, and the bronze
Howdy.
goddess, Sam.
Hey, guys.
And we're going to be testing out, obviously, the new hero just released, Blaze, and the old hero who has a new lease on life, Malfurion. And also, there's some laning changes involved, so, you know, I'm going to try out some Sonya, see how that works, see how she's affected by the just vastly increased cannon damage, and we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, she might be, just terrifying instead of literally unstoppable.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and I'm also okay with it being like the middle of June. I'm still gonna wear this skin because it's the best.
Oh my god, I just realized it looks like Blaze is wearing like oven mitts on his hands.
Oh, it's delightful.
God, I hate this model the more I look at it, seriously.
I hate the fact that you people made me spend 15k gold.
Not gonna lie, I was still in the Artanis mode there, so I was just like slapping W and then not targeting anyone. It'll take me a second to get back in the right headspace. Also, I'm just gonna go ahead and just go top.
Yeah.
Start getting some of that XP that Kevin's such a fan of.
Let's just try and forget any of that ever happened.
Yep.
I already did.
So,
I'm gonna forget this horrible whiff happened.
newsflash, Malf can't burst you anymore. Oh.
Hey, remember when I said those words?
Yep. Coming back to me now.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually absolutely just got super fooled by Nova's little clone trick, spawning like at her position. I got heckin' fooled.
Nova's really tricky now.
Oh my god, don't mind me, I'm just whiffing everything, it's cool. Oh, that's not Kevin. Hey man.
The frequency with which he says they do not know who they are effing with is quite enchanting.
Well done.
Did you actually say the word effing?
Well, it's like drowned out by the sound of fire.
Oh, I don't want to be here, why am I here now?
Good question.
Oh my god, I hate my life.
Wow, this is just embarrassing chain death.
Oh god. Oh god, goodbye Sam. Oh god.
Guys, the enemy's attacking the core.
Oh lordy.
Ooh.
So about those snowballing maps.
Oh god, please.
Huh.
Please, I just want to live. All I want is to live.
Okay, just run back to your corpse and
I didn't live.
Oh my gosh, it's gone.
Okay, so our first game did not go well. But we're gonna chalk it up to being a little bit fresh with these new characters still.
You thinking you're Artanis for far too long?
Also, yeah, I spent a lot of the early game thinking I was still playing Artanis. So there was...
Yeah, Sam is not used to the brand new character Melf yet.
I mean, he's basically brand new. Like, you're being sarcastic, but he's very different now.
Yeah.
But then, what did you think of Blaze, Kevin? You had a trial by fire there, huh?
Ah?
Oh
Yeah, I
god,
got a little hot. I had to
I'm
get out of
leaving.
the kitchen.
I'm leaving.
The funny thing is that all these terrible puns are already being used by the actual hero. It was hard to tell because I was being obliterated by the enemy Blaze, so maybe let's give that another go.
My blades are yours.
Did you happen to look at his build?
Nope.
You should copy it exactly.
I'm gonna chalk that up to lead hacks.
Okay, so Kevin, let's just get your thoughts here. What do you feel about Blaze now that you've played him a fair bit?
I mean, as I was saying, I think he's extremely versatile. You can build him for damage and slows and tankiness. Build him for, engaging. The bunker, I think, unless it's busted in pro play for some reason, I think it needs some buffs. Like, it pops extremely early, under sustained damage. Like, it's extremely not, they buffed it by 5 health for the memes in the last patch, but it's going to need more than that, just because you drop it and then you stun and root yourself for the duration while dealing very little damage. And if you can't even use it to sustain through an assault for at least a little while, it seems like its only real ability is going to be to nullify ults, like Genji or maybe Ragnaros in lane or something.
So fancy ice block is what you're saying.
Yeah, fancy ice block. Fancy ice block that's very slow for the rest of your team to get in.
I did notice towards the end of the game especially, by the time I got into the bunker, it was basically already exploding. I think I got one Q out of it, one flamethrower spray, and then it just it popped.
Yeah, the dream of post 20, everybody getting in and throwing down oil slicks to, slow people and then lighting them. It just doesn't make any sense.
I don't quite understand that upgrade, if I'm honest. Why do I care about slowing people when they're in the place they want to be already?
When you're completely immobile and can't follow up on the slow in any way.
Yeah.
I feel like only maybe the pros could really make that work if they practice it and drill it over and over and over again. Okay, everybody in the bunker. Okay, everyone shoot your Qs. Okay, everyone shoot your oil. You'd have to really practice it as a team in order for that to be in any way remotely effective.
But even then, with all that coordination, the question becomes what value are you gaining out of it? Kind of similar to how the pros play the Triglav Protector on the Zarya map, as I call it.
Volskaya.
Yes. You're losing out on, in that case, 2 people who can be doing damage or tanking or healing or whatever. So they weave in and out of it to do fun, cool things. But in this case, it's a bunker that when you're in it, you get to do a mediocre Q, a really mediocre Q, and then nothing else. I don't know. I just don't even think pros will be able to look at that and go, man, I know a legit tactic we can do. We can all root ourselves in one place and then do bad damage.
Yeah.
You know who's still better than mediocre? Malf. I still love this guy, although I will say all the changes, the armor changes that they did to Tranquility, still not going to make me pick it. Twilight Dream is just still the better ult in my mind. It's way more useful in team fights. I do kind of appreciate this regrowth thing. Not having the initial heal until 20, but then for me, it's not learning these new abilities, it's unlearning all my old habits as Malfurion. That's the hardest part about this, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually quite fun, and it makes me think a little harder during the game. I'm not just, okay, Q who needs it. It's okay, I have to keep all my regrowths up as much as humanly possible to make all of my skills effective. And I actually kind of like it.
Things reapplying regrowth to the same person on cooldown is now literally worthless most of the time, since there's no heal, or there's no immediate heal until level 20 if you take that talent. So before, if someone is taking damage, the old habit was, okay, Q them, and then Q them again, and then Q them for that little immediate heal to try and keep them alive. But now you have to okay, Q them, and then Moonfire a target to burst heal them a little bit, and then Q someone else just so you have it up, and then Moonfire another target. It makes him weird.
Definitely. I feel like Tranquility will only be the better option when the enemy team has no dive at all. It's just purely a poke composition, which is not very meta right now. But because it's that AoE around you, unless you put yourself in a really bad position, you kind of have to wait for them to come to you until 20 when you can teleport.
I also see no reason to buff his E anymore. And until there is that talent tier where you have to, but I'd be buffing his W the whole time because either you're gonna get vision out of it or you're gonna get extra heals out of it. So I see no reason for any kind of E build anymore.
Yeah, especially now that it doesn't really work in a PvE capacity. Buffing his E just seems like I don't know. I mean, E is like a hugely impactful ability, but
Oh, I
don't
still
think
love
you-
landing those roots.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you need to talent it to get like talenting it doesn't improve it that much more.
No, it really doesn't.
I think like the one major thing I'm taking away from the Malfurion change is he feels like he needs some kind of backup who can help him through like burst damage. But he's in this weird place where like the person you want to heal through burst damage is like a Lucio ult or something. But then you're removing from the table like another person who could be contributing more than just heals.
It's like it forces you to use the second support meta.
Yeah, I mean, fair point, Sam. I guess like Uther or something, who's great at burst but terrible at sustain healing. He can also bring a little front line, some stuns to play, so
How-
you don't feel too bad about going double support.
Well, what about the towers? Did you notice anything, Kev?
I noticed that if I ever dip my toe into their range, I took like a bowling ball to the face.
I did notice
Honestly,
Towers
like-
scoring a lot more kills than I'm used to seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I really like the changes to towers because I didn't feel like I was being so terribly punished just for like accidentally stepping into their range. I mean, still you couldn't like just easily walk under them and just take sustained damage. You could if you had your whole team there and you were being healed and so on and so forth. But now I just feel like if I accidentally step in, with a team fight or there's some sort of displacement, it's just over.
Yeah, it used to feel like someone like Sonya could just like saunter up to a tower and just punch it over and it doesn't really matter because she has quote unquote sustain. But with this new, oh my god, the new damage, like, it scared me off every time. Definitely feels like it has contributed to me wanting mercs all the time forever.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
mean,
it does kind of force you to do that.
Wave clear is still extremely useful. Mercs still extremely useful. I think I felt the impact of the Merc nerf in these last few games. They weren't so ridiculous as they have been historically.
What was the merc nerf?
Well, they made the towers deal more damage to mercs, and then they nerfed a bunch of their.
Ooh.
They nerfed the spell armor of the Night Camp, and they nerfed the what do you call it? The armor reduction of the Hellbats, and they think they would nerf just damage, especially early game across the board. It looks like they improved late game scaling, but definitely in the early game, the mercs are not nearly as powerful.
Oh, right. I do actually remember that. Yes. Yeah, the Hellbats got like a full % reduced armor shred and everything. And yeah, looks like they basically, in the early game, like drastically reduced health and scaling and then bumped it up for later on. So yeah, pretty much what we were looking at, what we thought should happen.
Yeah, I feel like things are in a better position now. I mean, obviously, as they said, they're still going to continue probably tweaking it here and there, but I feel less like it was a huge landslide of a change.
Sam, what are you doing? That's not a Christmas skin.
Nope, no more. Oh, okay. Well, there you go, Christmas skin. How about other Christmas skin?
I love his jolly little like cuffs of his pants.
I like how not jolly his face is.
It's because he knows you've been naughty, Aiden.
Ooh, yes he does.
Ugh.
On that note,
So, guys, let us know what you think of the changes to Malf, the new character Blaze, and the laning changes down in the comments of this video, or you can catch up with us on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, or if you feel like it, you can email us at scrubleaguepodcast@gmail.com, if any of those sponsors want to get involved, and look out for our next video. Have a good night, guys.
Blaze. More like garbanzo.
Get a new word.
We got to talk about that.
I'm literally never going to get a new word.